Okay, are we recording? Okay, we're recording. Okay, so the person I chose to do my report on is William Harvey. So, like, while he was a medical student, Harvey had to question many things about long perceived truths about the human heart. His ability to question these truths is what part of what Robert Greene his requirements are for mastery. The only information that was relevant to the function of the hearts at that point in time was like 1,000 years old. So, I mean, when he was studying in 1602, that was like way outdated information. So the reason why I selected Harvey as my master as an example is due to his growth through his life. Like he grew up as a farmer's son, studying under great thinkers. He could trace like his teachings back through Plato, Aristotle, and all those great thinkers of the time. He rose through 3 different schools, learning a lot about medicine and ultimately changing how things are perceived, until he finally got a position as the royal doctor for King James I. Using his ability to solve problems, he created like substantial evidence or data, as we refer to it today. And so, being interested in like user experience research, I find that this is one of the first cases in history where data could actually be recorded over time, and a good like scientific analysis could be made. Which, so in a modern day, decisions are made on a massive scale with the collection of data and other information like that. Now, if I was able to talk to Harvey, it would be interesting, not because of only how like long ago he lived, but also in the cultural differences of what was perceived at that time. I guess I would ask him how he had the ability to stay on target and not like fall victim to being lazy or getting off of task, especially through like the period of time he was living. There was a lot more things going on than you know would trouble us today. Would be no problem back then, but that was a different time and a different place. So I would also like to understand like how he was able to question the common knowledge, and what is it that I feel like made him a great master was his ability to overcome that. And as social intelligence has something to do with understanding people's ability to hold on to their common beliefs, I found that it found they only found out that the world had was round. Maybe 100 years, 100 years and change before that. So people back then, like were pretty dumb. No offense, but and people manipulate and compete to think of themselves first, which is something that Harvey didn't do. That's what Greene said on page 133. Uh, so this ability to overcome other people's naivety to what was actually true and just what they wanted to believe, especially back in those days, was like an incredible thing to overcome. And as far as the 2 deadly realities that I face, one of them is laziness and the other one is flightiness. And I think they go hand in hand, as I get flighty after I get lazy, or vice versa, back and forth. And if I find that like my lack of focusing on one thing is the core of the problem for me, and hopefully I'll be able to overcome that, once I can get my eye on the prize, as it were. So that's my presentation. I'm Giancarlo Bologna. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.